guys. Welcome back to the Omaha Places podcast. We're your hosts. My name is Cahner, and I'm the founder of Omaha Places and 402 Social.
And my name is Delaney. I'm the digital content coordinator for Omaha Places.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How was your New Year's Eve? What did you do?
I went to Bushwhackers and the Granary. They have a ball drop and fireworks and a champagne toast. And then it's just Bushwhackers, you guys know.
Yeah.
You know, the dancing is always fun to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty chill. We got into the
Really?
VIP because I traded them.
Oh, cool.
Stories, so you guys might have seen the stories. But yeah, really good food up there, honestly.
Really? Like, what did you
They had
have?
these bourbon barbecue meatballs. I was like going back for those
Whoa.
all night long. And then like little sandwiches and like wraps,
Okay.
wrap slice things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really good.
Cool.
And they had a live band up there and then a live DJ downstairs.
Okay. Had you been to Bushwhacker / the Granary for New Year's before?
No, this was my first time. I'd been to
Okay.
Barnado.
Oh, Barnado. That was the
and
one you
that-
said was super fun.
That was probably my favorite. Like Maud's son was at Barnado this year, but back when I went, it was Lenka, which is a country artist, and they
Okay.
play until like 11, and then the DJ comes on, and then you do the countdown with the DJ, and the balloons drop there.
Oh, cool.
So that's really fun. This
Yeah.
was also fun, just in a different sort of way.
Yeah.
I think it would have been cool if they had live music outside. I know it's like a little bit colder,
Yeah.
but they have fireplaces, and you could get like those heat lamp things that
Yeah.
would have been.
Okay. So
would've been
people
cool.
could go outside. There just wasn't music
Yes.
outside. Okay.
Yeah, I wish there was music outside, or at least like for the like 11 to midnight hour. Just
yeah.
that hour would have been
Yeah.
good.
Good. Well, cool.
But yeah,
I'm
it was
glad
super
you had
fun.
a good time.
What'd you do?
I had people over to my house, like mostly Run Club people, and then other like random people showed up. It was fun. It was like chill, smaller than the last party that I had. My house has somehow become like the party house. I think it's like I have plenty of space, and I do really like hosting. It's easier for me, honestly, than trying to like go out and get an Uber home or whatever. And like all my friends live in the surrounding area, so it's like convenient for everybody. And a lot of people live in apartments, so since I have a house, it's convenient. So yeah, it was a fairly chill night. Nothing like crazy happened. Just had some drinks. Oh, we did a catering order of Chick-fil-A. We got 200
Oh, love that.
chicken nuggets. Those went so fast. So yeah, it was a good time.
Oh,
Just
I love
kind of played
that.
games and stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm coming into the era where I don't want to do anything super crazy. I just want to
Yeah.
like stay home and
Yeah.
watch movies or something.
Yeah. Well, especially like this time of year, I have noticed that like I have my favorite pair of sweatpants, and like the best part of my day is going home and putting those pink sweatpants on and just like sitting on my couch or just like being cozy. So yeah, the winter will do that to you. Also, it snowed this morning. Was not expecting that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just looked out. I was like, oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
It's not like a scary snow where it's all over the place. It's just like easy to
little
drive
blanket.
still. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll melt probably by noon, but
I am hoping it'll melt by noon because I have to run today. And I have to do like an interval run. So it's like
sprints.
Yeah, sprints, and it's like a very strict thing. So I'm like, I don't even know how to like program that on a treadmill. So it's easier to do it outside, but also it's snowing outside. So we'll see about that. Today might be the day that I join Genesis. Maybe I'll see you
Genesis!
there.
I doubt that so much. I have so much problems with like actually showing up to the gym when I pay for it. So
How many months have you had that membership?
So I gave it like a 2-month thing, but I've had it for 3 months now, which if you cancel this month, then it goes into a fourth because they make you pay for the next month because it's like a 30-day notice thing.
Oh, okay.
So
at this point, you might as well keep it until next month.
So in order for me to, I'd have to cancel it today, and then next month I'd pay for next month, and then it would cancel.
Oh, so you only signed up, though, a couple months ago.
Yes. So one
Oh.
time I had Genesis for a whole year,
Okay.
and I only went 2 times. They informed me 3, but I think they were mistaken. And they were like, why would you like to cancel? I was like, because I have commitment issues at this place. I won't be here.
Yeah.
And they're like, fair enough. And you have to go in person.
Yeah.
It's just
I've
easier
heard that,
to go in person.
Yeah. I've heard that trying to cancel is like
Over
pulling
email
teeth.
would never happen. Over
Yeah.
mail, too difficult. Just go in person to the location and tell them you want to cancel. It's
Yeah.
much easier.
How do you even cancel over mail? Like
You
over
send it to
snail
their
mail?
headquarters. Yeah.
Oh. I wouldn't even know how to do that. Send
How do
what?
you know if they get it?
So you just like write out a little note?
Yeah, you write all that information in a letter.
Oh.
And
Complicated.
then, yeah, it's just much easier to go in person. It's for those who like have anxiety about talking to people.
Okay,
I think.
that's fair. That's fair. Okay, where else have you been this past week?
I went to Vitality Bowl in Exarban
Yum.
for some lunch because I'm on my health grind for January.
New year, new you.
Yes, I saw you there.
Yeah.
You were coming from Herbe Sainte.
I was, yeah. We had just finished brunch at Herbe Saint, and I like couldn't tell if it was you at first. So Delaney was like right inside, and I could like see her through the window, but also there was like a glare on the window, and I was like looking at you, and I was like, that person like kind of looks like Delaney, but not fully. And then you like looked back at me, and I was like, oh wait, that is Delaney. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing my hair different. I got these headbands
Yeah,
that are from like the early 2000s,
they're cute.
but they're nice for the bangs. That way I don't have to have them in my face every day.
Oh, smart. Maybe that's why I didn't even think about the fact that they pull your bangs back. Maybe that's why I didn't fully like comprehend
Yeah, I think
who I was
that's
looking
it.
at.
Yeah, my hair was all curly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like this.
Did you like your Vitality Bowl smoothie though?
And I always get the panini there. I think it's like the power panini, and I get it without the mustard. I don't like the mustard, but
Okay.
everything else is fantastic. I make really great paninis at home, and for some reason I feel the need to go out and get them sometimes, even though I make the best one. But I could easily like remake that panini at home with like the
Ooh.
tomato and the pesto and
Yeah.
all the good stuff.
Cool. I got what was it? Mac and cheese, but it had something else in the name before it. This is at Herbe Saint. But it had like sausage in it, like the New Orleans sausage, and then I added shrimp to it too. Oh, and it had some pieces of bacon in it.
Ooh, yeah.
It was really good.
I love bacon mac
And it was
cheese.
like a good portion, so I ate that for dinner last night too. It was very good. So if you guys go to Herbe Saint, get the mac and
nice
cheese.
little comfort food for a cold day.
Yeah, it really was. We were actually trying to go there for brunch, and then I kept thinking yesterday was Sunday.
That's what it feels like when
Yeah.
the holidays end up in the middle of the week.
Yeah. And so we went thinking like, oh, we're going out to brunch. And then we're like, wait, it's the middle of the week. People don't, unless you go to like Early Bird or something that's like just a breakfast place. People don't
It's just
have
lunch.
brunch. Yeah, it's just lunch. So I still have yet to try Herbe Saint's brunch, but they do have a decent lunch menu too. Where else have you been?
I went to Rebel Rise, which is a fully gluten-free bakery in La Vista.
Cool.
It's inside M Salon, I believe, M Salon. So you just go in there, and it's part of like one of the suites, the front suites of that salon. So a little bit different than like what you'd normally expect.
Yeah.
That it's basically a rented out salon suite.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got this huge table, and then they have all the treats in there. And I find that all the gluten-free places always like don't want to market that they're gluten-free as much.
Really?
They don't want that to be the focus.
Yeah.
I'm like, interesting, because that is the focus. And that's what people
Yeah.
want to know, who have either dietary restrictions or just, need
Yeah.
that food or just want something sweet. Like, I had some of the pastries, like they had these little cinnamon rolls, they had cupcakes. I tried them. I mean, they're good.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably eat them if I was at the salon and walked through and saw that there was bakery items.
Yeah.
Like, give me a cupcake.
Yeah.
Because it was good. I feel like gluten-free food doesn't have as much moisture in a bakery item, but it's still like super good.
Okay.
So even if you're having like a party, it'd be great to have that just for people if they need like a gluten-free option.
Yeah. Do they do like
Catering.
catering
Yep.
and stuff?
You can
Cool.
order online ahead, but you can also pick it up from there, like while you're there, which is nice.
Do
They
they
always have it available.
Do they have like a little sit down area, like some tables or something?
Just
or
one big table
Okay.
in there. It's a pretty small space. I would say it's more of a to-go bakery.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And are they baking them in there, or they have
Mm-mm.
a separate place and then they just sell them
Separate
there?
place and sell them there.
Because I feel like the sweet concept is pretty common for those like salon services. Like there's one out at the Beautiful Soul Suites out in like I think it's near the Chalco area. But yeah, I've never seen
A
a bakery in one of those.
Like even a coffee shop would be super cute and a sweet.
I wonder if that that style of storefront is going to start becoming even more popular, because it's obviously more cost effective for these businesses that maybe don't need like a huge store, and there's probably not a lot of options for that size of quote unquote storefront unless you're like in one of those suite areas.
And also it gives like the people who come into the salon, like it gives you a lot of walking traffic already, because who doesn't want a coffee or a sweet treat like on your way in or out?
It's kind of like the same concept as a shopping mall, but like the traditional shopping malls are like kind of going out of style, but these are like mini shopping malls.
Yeah. Strip malls are in.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking of like Oakview or something.
Yeah.
Like those aren't nearly as popular anymore. But those like little ones where it's like a tiny bit more service/industry specific, but then still has like a couple
Little
things
sprinkle.
that like anybody would love a cup of coffee or love to grab
Like
a pastry.
boutique could be really cute there, because who doesn't want to like if you're already treating yourself to getting your hair done and looking and feeling good, then you can stop over and buy like some clothes.
Yeah.
And
like
then you
some
can
earrings
and
or
then
whatever.
grab a coffee and a cupcake.
Yeah. I know that the Beautiful Soul Suites, they have a couple boutiques in there. One of them is like on the honor system where it's just like open, and I'm sure they have like cameras everywhere and stuff, but she just has like this was a couple years ago that I went, so I don't know for sure if it's still there, but yeah, it was just like Venmo me and like tell me what you got. And you could like pick something out of the boutique.
Never in my life.
I know that seems a little risky. I don't know.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I would like to own a boutique one day, but I'm not going to do
that. Okay. I went to, this is a fun one. I actually did this after Christmas, I think, because the tickets were cheaper, but my mom organized this. We went on a family, like Ollie the Trolley tour to look at Christmas lights.
That's so cute.
Which was so really jealous. Fun. So it was me, my mom, my stepdad, and my niece. And it was just like a pre-organized thing. The trolley was like pretty packed. Like I think every seat was taken. And they just had a route through mostly West Omaha neighborhoods. And we just went through, like Linden Estates, saw all those different Christmas lights. There was one house that we stopped at for a while that had like it tuned to the radio.
Oh, cool.
And they had like 3 minions above their garage, and then the minions would like talk. And then, like, as the radio program is talking, so that was kind of fun.
That's so cute.
And they just, like, knew where all of the cool Christmas lights were. There was a lot of kids on the tour, so that was kind of fun, too. And my niece is 6, so she liked all the Christmas lights. She also fell asleep for, like, half of it. It's dark in there. It's
relaxing.
Warm. You're in the car, just, like, being rocked to sleep. But those Ollie the Trolley tours, that was the first one that I had done, but my mom has done quite a few other ones. Like they have gone on like a margarita tour, I think, and maybe one for St. Patrick's Day, like a bar crawl. But they have like a bunch of different ones depending on what time of year it is.
Yeah, I remember the haunted cemetery tour that they did. I was trying to promote that. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
They do work with the Joslin quite a bit to take you around those grounds, I know.
Okay.
But yeah, I need to get a calendar.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to go and showcase them.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that should get like a whole listing on our website, but like break down like depending on what month it is, like here's the ones that they offer. Because I think they do the same ones like year after year after year.
Because every time I go to a new place, like my favorite thing is the haunted ghost tours or whatever
Oh,
they do
really?
in those cities. They're usually more like historical cities, like down south,
Yeah.
or like on the northeast coast.
Mm-hmm.
But those are always my favorite things. So that gives somebody something to do here if they've never been.
Yeah. This is so random. Have you ever been up to Salem? Because I feel like
I would
they would
love
probably
to
have.
go.
Because that's where Megan went,
Mhm.
isn't it?
Yep.
Did she do any
I
ghost
don't
tours or
know.
anything?
I don't know. I know she stopped there for like, I think it was maybe a pit stop to somewhere else. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, I
But
feel like you
I'm
would
very
enjoy
jealous of that whole trip. I'm gonna replicate that.
You should this year. You got time to. Well, you don't even have to plan
The time
it.
she went was perfect, just because the weather. It's a little like if you go through Salem, I feel like it has to be near Halloween, be a little
Yeah.
spooky.
Yeah,
Did she go after Halloween or before?
I think before.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's cute and fun, and the weather's nice.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, where else have you been?
I went to the Snooze Mattress Factory in Lakeside. They're opening in a new location. I forgot where it's going, but they're going to do a big President's Day sale coming up that we're promoting. But it was funny because while I was there, they were filming their President's Day commercial for WOWT. And so the owner was dressed up as George Washington. I was just like, it was really fun to actually watch some of that happen. And I was just kind of filming like in between where they weren't, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's hilarious.
funny concepts. The amount of people it takes to create something like that is cool as well. So,
What do you mean that the commercial was for WOWT? Like it's going to be
on the news, I think.
Okay.
Or on between the news segments.
Oh, okay.
Something
So
like
it won't
that.
be like a regular network
I don't
commercial.
think
It's
so.
like within the news segment. Interesting. So if you guys see that, just know Delaney
was
is
there.
in the background somewhere.
I was there. Yeah, and then I stopped over. I forgot about this. I stopped over at Tout Le Jour, my favorite.
Oh, cool.
And grabbed like my lavender matcha thing I get there, and my favorite chocolate donuts with the cream in the middle. They're like puffy
Ooh, that sounds good.
because it is like a French Korean
Yeah.
mix. But it was so good.
Wait, do they have a Tout Le Jour down by the mattress factory, or you went to the one on 72nd?
I went to the one at Lakeside,
Okay.
which is their newer location that we actually went to.
Oh, yes.
For the latest post that we did.
Okay.
But they do have two locations. The other one is 72nd and Dodge.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I just think the Lakeside one's prettier.
Really? I have actually not been to that one.
The one on 72nd and Dodge is right next to the Best Buy, and that area is kind of like,
Yeah, I
needs a
think
little
it'll be
love.
really cool once that whole new Crossroads development is like up and running, because that'll obviously be like modern, new, lots of traffic will start coming through there.
Well, that area just needs a bit of love. And a little,
Yeah.
yeah, and probably like some new parking lot pavement.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still super good. That one's
Yeah.
more convenient for me to go to.
Mhm.
But yeah, that sums up everywhere I went, I think.
The last place I went this week was Dolomiti, which was like so good because I've had Dolomiti on my mind for like a couple months now, where like every few days I'm like, oh, Dolomiti pizza sounds so good. But I just have not had like an occasion to go. But we had a little going away party for one of my friends who is going to Europe for a month.
Sad.
Yeah.
But happy for her.
Happy for her, sad for us who are staying here in Omaha. Yeah, it was great. Dolomiti is also fun because not only is it a really great atmosphere, really good food. I obviously know the owner through not only like, well, yeah, through Omaha Places and like just working with Dolomiti. He's also the owner of Benson Soap Mill, and so they have come
I didn't
to.
know that.
Yeah, he's a very multifaceted guy. And so Benson Soap Mill has come to our Omaha Places market before. And then the girl who was going away, her boyfriend knows Tim, who's the Dolomiti guy. And like some of my other friends are just really big foodies. And so they have like also connected with Tim. So like everyone just kind of like, he knew all of us. So he would like come over and he brought us like a after dinner shot of something. I don't even know what that was, but it's just fun to go to those places where like, you know, the owners and it's a local place and you are just like all friends with each other. And like, he's obviously happy to see, you know, group of people that he knows like come in and have dinner at his place, and so it was just like a very wholesome night. I just love nights like that. So yeah, you guys should definitely go to Dolomiti. I think my favorite pizza in Omaha.
I tried Mama's Pizza for the first time. Have you ever tried them? They're
No.
like they're on Pacific, but like west of Chard.
Okay.
It's next to one of my mom's favorite stores called Totes. And if you've never been there, they have great soups, like bag soups. So you just throw it in a pot and it's ready to go. So definitely check them out because it's great.
Okay.
But it's right next to Mama's Pizza, and I tried that for the first time. It's more of like a sports bar feel. So if you're watching a game, it'd be perfect. And they've got like old Creighton gym floors in there.
Cool.
But that pizza was so good. It's like you go up and order, and then they'll bring it out to you with like a number, so it's more casual. But that pizza was just like Mama made it. For real.
Okay, I just thought of an idea in my head. What if we did like longer form YouTube videos and not film it all like at once, but do it like over time. But then, after 6 months, we have enough content to be like, okay, we went to 10 different pizza places in Omaha. Here's our like ranking, and almost like vlog style. So it'd be different than like you could go in, film for Omaha places, but then also set it up and like give your live review, and then we like put it all into one video.
Very cute.
Because that's one of the things that we've talked about in the past on the podcast. I cannot talk. Is doing more
long
platform specific videos, and the only long form videos we post on YouTube is this podcast.
That could be fun. Then I can go back to all the pizza places I've been to and have it again.
Yeah.
Because that would help out with my rankings a little bit.
Because then you like actually have a documentary,
yeah.
Rather than it just like being in your head / on this podcast.
Maybe I have to score different things and create like a number score, so that way I know why.
And you could replicate that idea. Like it could be pizza places, coffee shops.
People are wanting us to go to some thrifts. And man, I've got some ideas for that.
Yep. You could literally replicate it for like any. Oh, and then we could launch the YouTube videos in conjunction with the secret new project we're going to do in 2025.
Yeah.
And launch them at the same time.
That'd be cool.
And then make sure to include in the YouTube video the businesses that are included in the secret new project, which we will tell you guys about.
The secret new
soon.
Project.
Maybe.
How soon? We're going to find out.
I haven't even started doing it yet. So at least in a couple months. Okay. Well, that is all the places that we went this past week. For our follower questions, we're going to do something a little bit different. So instead of asking for questions on our Instagram story yesterday, I asked people what they want to see more of from Omaha places in 2025. So we're just going to kind of talk through these. We haven't discussed these at all. We're just going to give our initial thoughts, any other ideas that we think would be cool that pop into our head. And we'll just see how this conversation goes. Okay, the first idea that someone said is highlighting more wedding venues. And I think this could expand to just venues as a whole. Because I know we've gotten a couple questions
for bridal showers, for baby showers. Like people want places to go, like small, big.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between.
And that really is a category that like Luli is the only one that I know has a feed post on, a feed post on our Instagram and a blog post on our website.
And Bohemian Gardens is like a venue, but it's also just like a business in general. Yeah. So yeah, it's tough. And Moon Hollow, I know, is a good place to go for a bridal shower, baby shower. It's cute in there.
Yeah. So yeah, that is definitely one that I think we can build up that category a little bit in 2025. Yeah. I feel like you like having fill in the blank projects.
Well, I like having like so many ideas because I feel like in order to create content for the Instagram, you have to bounce around through different types of content.
Yeah.
Like I can't all just go to wedding venues for a month.
Right.
That'd be stupid and insane. Like,
Yeah.
no. So I have to intermix and have lists everywhere from all these different places to kind of switch it up.
Yeah.
It's also good for me. It's a new challenge, I think,
Yeah.
to film a big venue.
This is off topic, but are you more of like a long-term goal person? Because you know how some people like small goals where it'll take them like a day or a week, and then other people are like, no, I want to work on a goal for like a year or 2 years, and then I get that satisfaction from seeing the long-term goal come to fruition.
I would say like a few months. I work
Okay.
maybe in 6-month increments.
Okay.
Because I like the listicles because they challenge me to fill in all of those. I still like, we posted the speakeasy post, but I was like, oh, it's still not complete because I didn't make it to all of them. So I'm a little bit of a perfectionist as well. So like, that's bothering me. I was going to try and get them before the TikTok went out, but I didn't. So now I'm posting the TikTok today, I think.
So you like the comprehensive listicles.
Yeah. And they challenged me to really
Yeah.
get to all of them in a certain amount of time because, like I said, I have to bounce around through different things. Couldn't just post like 10 speakeasies.
Right.
So it is really over a long time for these listicles to come together. And I don't think people really understand that as much.
Yeah, sometimes depending on like the topic of the listicle, sometimes we'll pull photos that we took like 3 years ago. So when we go to these places, like we are not only filming content for that like main reel or TikTok that we're filming about like that dedicated business, but we're also getting content quite literally to use for years to come about this business, whether it's, you know, including like Moon Hollow's event space, and they'll be included in a coffee shop listicle, and they'll be included in, you know, a roundup of places to go in Northwest Omaha or like whatever it is. Like we really try and get a variety of content at these businesses.
And a lot of those things you would never know. Like I would have never thought that Moon Hollow was a event space if I hadn't talked to the owner and that's what they told me. So it's like a whole long process of getting to know that business and what they offer and getting that content that we need for it.
Okay, that is actually a good segue. I'm going to skip ahead on this list a little bit because somebody said that they would love to see places that are accessible to people with mobility problems. So whether it's somebody who walks with a cane or is in a wheelchair or something. And again, that kind of goes back to like talking to an owner or just like a manager or whoever and asking those extra questions. And I do think it would be cool to have some sort of system where we start putting some of that information.
Like almost like a sticker.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, for the website, that's what I was thinking, was having like a accessibility sticker, because a lot of people have also asked us to do LGBTQ plus friendly places.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to just put a sticker for that as well.
Yeah.
Like they've told us they have the flag hanging in the window, or we just simply know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that sticker concept also, you know, things that have a good selection of mocktails or alcohol-free options, places that have vegan options, places that have gluten-friendly options, like all of those like information that people could want to know, like being a little more intentional about conveying that information.
Or putting the filters on, so on the website they can click the filter that they want.
Yeah, I don't think we have any category specifically for like vegan-friendly or gluten-free friendly or LGBTQ friendly. On our new website. Maybe we should do that.
Yeah. We're working towards things all the time, you guys.
Yeah. Okay, another idea somebody said was a thrift boutiques listicle, which we actually have done one of these in the past. One of our old interns was really into thrifting, and that was one of the things she wanted to do, is like put together a places to thrift listicle. We actually got a lot of feedback though. People were like, this spot isn't a thrift store, it's a
consignment or
there's
secondhand.
Like differences between all of those.
There's vintage, there's thrift, there's secondhand consignment. I think is what people want to say. So we just have to find a different word to use for that, so we can include all the different kinds of it's used clothing. It says used, but nobody wants to like call it that.
You should actually go find that blog post and figure out what gaps you can fill in for
I
that.
actually just watched a TikTok from one of my friends who went thrifting one day, and she like vlogged it.
Oh, cool.
So there's a place in Benson I want to go that I've always seen, and I'm just like, but it's super small, and it was locked the day she went, so I didn't even get to go in with her.
Oh, no.
Like through the video. But she also went to Vintage Oasis and one other place, I can't remember what it's called, but I would like to go to some of those anyways.
Yeah.
And my friend did ask me to go on a thrift tour with her.
I was just going to ask if she had gone on the thrift tour.
We were just going to do like
organizes that.
We were going to do like a casual thrift tour, like just us, but I knew of like quite a few places to go.
Yeah.
From Albany and Avers thrift tour and from people I know that have recommended some places.
Cool. Somebody said more content about the places. I don't know if they were talking about like those like the sticker concept that we were saying. I don't really know what that meant.
I don't know. I kind of thought they were more like this would be someone who just listens to the voiceover maybe and maybe doesn't read the full caption, or I mean that's what the blog post is for, is to give more information if you're interested in knowing more. So yeah, if you ever want to know more and about a specific business, you can go to our blog. There's always more on there. And I always tag them in my stories. So you can click the link.
Okay, this next one I actually thought was interesting. Someone said daily events in Omaha.
I was like, you don't know. You don't know what goes into this weekend.
Yeah, that one is a bit tricky because if you don't think about the work that it takes to source these events, that would be so cool. Like you get on each day, whether it's a video or just a roundup on Instagram stories or just a constantly evolving blog post. Like, I don't know what exactly that would look like, but I understand why that would be cool. But when you think about that idea logistically, Delaney spends an entire day creating those event guides. Like it's a lot of work.
And it's only for that weekend. So like I spend a whole day on something that is only good for 4 days.
Yeah.
So to make a daily one, I'm spending a lot of time on something that's only good for 24 hours. That doesn't really.
Yeah.
It's not really a good use of time. But we have talked about including a calendar on our website with any events that we do know about or are planning to promote that you could check and see in advance.
Yeah.
So once we get that, I could see that going well, and then we could always post a story on whatever's on our calendar. But otherwise, it's just too tough for one person.
Yeah, the calendar that will go on the new website, I think will be really nice because businesses will be able to get on and submit their events rather than us having to manually update the calendar. So that will kind of take the work off of us and put it on the businesses.
And give you something for those days that you don't really know what's going on. But I know people have also asked for just like what to do in a day in Omaha. If you only had 24 hours in Omaha, what would you do?
Yeah.
So people always want to know that. So we could do a few different things like that.
Yeah, like if you're a foodie, here's how to spend your day. If you are like an outdoorsy person, here's how to spend your day. If you have kids or if you're, I don't know, like a couple or whatever.
See, that would be cool. More worth the time.
Yeah.
And then it's up to them to check if it's open or whatever. But
and I could see us potentially doing something like in addition to our weekend event guide, doing weekday stuff. Because like you said, our event guide only goes Thursday through Sunday. But then sometimes we'll post about events that are happening Monday through Wednesday. But it's pretty much only if that event is like it's a sponsored post
or reoccurring.
Or reoccurring. So maybe we'll have to think of a potential
I think it would require 2 people, one person for the week, one person for the weekend. Be like a later on project to be able to do that. Because if like good practice is like if you can't find it, we can't find it, like it is a lot of work. And these last few weeks is like the slower period. We're coming into that slow season. And so it is harder to find like those events that we would promote. So I've been like having to scan everything It's been taking a lot longer, I feel like, because I have to find 13 Omaha places worthy events.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't just put on any tiny little event. Like we make sure they're cool events.
Yeah, we've been to, heard of them, something like that.
I didn't, so those were all of the ones that I listed on here. I did go back to last year's New Year's post, and last year I asked in like a feed post, what do you want to see more of from us? And it was actually kind of cool to go back and read that. A lot of people just said like more like date spots, or I don't know, a little bit more like generic things, but I genuinely do feel like we've done, I shouldn't even say that you have done such a good job, like since you started at Omaha Places, of like just making sure we're actually posting about like every place in Omaha, like filling in those gaps, like you said.
And the website's going to help as well. It'll show us more of what we haven't been to yet.
Yeah. Especially in like different neighborhoods of Omaha. I think that's going to be a big thing. So yeah, I feel like we've made a lot of progress this past year.
Good.
And going to more places. So good job.
Thanks.
Okay, shall we move into events?
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is going to be events happening the weekend of January 9th through the 12th. I feel like every single week when I say that, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe we're already like here in the year. Like, I can't believe it's already November. I can't believe it's already December. Now it's already halfway through January. Okay, so the Omaha Supernovas game is having their first home game of the season. On their website, it's actually said the first real, in all caps, pro home game. So I don't know if there was a fake game that happened before this, maybe like a practice game or something.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's what their website said. So this is happening Friday, January 10th at 7 p.m. at the CHI Center. If you guys don't know, the Omaha Supernovas are Omaha's pro women's volleyball team.
And it's first in Nebraska.
Yeah. They sent me a jersey. I like got it in the mail before Christmas, and I was thinking that like it was some big box from like my family or something.
That
I
is
was like,
so
what did
cute.
somebody get me? And then I opened it up and I was like, Nike. And I opened up the Nike box and it was a jersey.
That is the cutest thing.
Yeah. So now I feel like I have to go to a game so I can wear my jersey.
Yeah. You could be one of those people that puts the jersey in a frame and hangs it in their house.
That will not be me. No.
The future Omaha Places cottage. There will be Family Fun Day in Midtown Crossing on January 11th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be princesses to take pictures with and other characters. They'll have story time, creativity stations at different businesses, and lunch specials. They are also partnering with Together, a nonprofit. So bring breakfast foods like Pop-Tarts, cereal, granola bars, pancake mix, you name it. Or you can make a monetary donation for the cause.
Cool. America's Pub Quiz is happening at Scriptown in Blackstone. This actually happens every single Monday and Thursday. So this is a recurring event, happens year round. Thursdays are from 8 to 10 p.m. Like we said earlier, this is a bit of a slower time for events, but a good chance to shout out one of those recurring events, because I feel like we don't talk about recurring events.
And also a good time to curate some more on the newsletter.
Yeah.
If you guys ever need ideas of what to do during the week, that's reoccurring. Check our newsletter.
Yeah.
Clue is coming to the Orpheum January 7th through the 12th. It's based on the Paramount movie and Hasbro game. It's the ultimate whodunit that is sure to make you laugh and keep you guessing all throughout the show. So I'm excited to go.
Me too. What, do you know what day you're going?
I'm going on the Friday, so
Okay.
that would be the 11th.
Okay. I'm going on Tuesday.
11th or 12th? No, that's not right. 9th. I can't even do date math right now. So
I don't think I knew that Clue was a movie.
I've never seen the movie. It's from the 80s. 1982, I think is what it said.
Okay.
I knew it was a game, and I've never played it. But we had it growing up. I just never played it.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Like ever in your life you've never played it?
No.
Still to this day?
Nope.
Do you know how to play?
Nope.
I'm going to be interested to see how Like, what is the play about?
You don't know what the play's about?
No.
So 6 people go to this weird house. It's giving Rocky Horror to me.
Oh.
6 random strangers go to this house, and then there's like, I don't know how to put this, like backstabbing, and you're trying to figure out through the whole movie who murdered this person. It's kind of like Glass Onion.
And that's what I was just gonna say. It sounds exactly like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm reminded of, because I've never seen the movie or played the game. So,
But Glass Onions is not the movie. That's separate.
yes,
Okay.
but it's kind of like Glass Onion. You're trying to figure out who backstabbed who and who is lying, and
Interesting.
yeah,
I'm excited.
I bet it's like the lights go out, just like in Glass Onion, and then who killed who?
Happens.
Yeah,
Cool.
murder.
I watched Harry Potter last night. I watched the Deathly Hallows Part 1. I'd never seen it before. I also finished the last book.
Yay!
I cried multiple times. I was like multiple times throughout the whole second half of the book. I cried.
I haven't read the books. Don't spoil it for me.
I feel like the movies so far have stayed very close to what the book.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you know that they're going to do a TV series, and that the first book is going to be like 8 episodes long. So they're going to really dive.
Wait,
8 hours.
Harry Potter?
8 hours a book one. Yeah.
What?
Yep. So they're going to really dive into all the details of Harry Potter.
Okay, that's going to be... Well, you should read the book before...
I watched the TV
Yeah,
show.
before you watch the TV show. Because I had seen most of the movies. I thought I had seen all of them. I had no idea that I had never seen Part 1 of Deathly Hallows. But there's so many things that I'm like, oh, I remember that happening in the movie, but like I just didn't grasp like the significance of that happening. But then since I had read the books, then when I saw things happen in the movie, I was like, oh, that's what they're doing. Like there's one part where Dumbledore's hand is supposed to be like all black, and it like basically like his hand died. And in the movie, his hand actually like isn't black, and they do show his hand, but you can't tell that, at least I couldn't tell that anything was wrong with it.
Oh.
But then I was like, okay, that's weird. Like I understand why they're showing his hand, but the only reason I understand why is because I had read the books. But if you hadn't read the books, you would have no idea.
It's growing
why they're showing
dark.
his
Wasn't
hand.
it a curse?
Yeah.
From
he
him
like
trying
touched
to
something that he wasn't supposed to touch.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember Snape. I remember him asking Snape, like, how long do I have?
Yeah.
And he's holding his, like, slowly blackening hand.
Yeah. And that must happen in part 2, because I only know what you're talking about because I read the book, but that didn't happen in part 1.
I think
of
it
Deathly
might
Hallows.
actually be the prince, or the half-blood prince. That might happen in that one.
Really?
It's before he dies. Oh, spoiler for anyone who's not watched it.
Okay, well, in the book, you don't like see that scene until the very end of the last book, because it's like a flashback.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's why I'm like not remembering. You should for sure read the books.
Okay, I will.
Wait, do you know who's making the TV series?
Oh, I have no idea. I just know that the cast has been selected.
Whoa.
And I can't remember who. Sorry.
That's going to be wild to
I'm
see
excited.
that like come back, but with different people, because I feel like those actors / actress are like so synonymous with Harry Potter. It's going to be weird seeing it with new people.
But it's, like they're so young in that first book.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be hard. There's no other way to do it.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to get to see like a new cast literally grow up on the TV show the same way we saw them grow up on the movies.
Maybe not as young. I don't think they're as young starting, but I'm excited for 8 hours of in-depth Harry Potter content.
Yeah. This was a total tangent. It had
Yeah,
nothing to do with Omaha, but I had to update you on my Harry Potter progress. Okay, anyways, anything else to add this week?
I think that's it.
All right. This concludes another episode of the Omaha Places podcast. We'll see you guys next week.